hustlers, welcome back to my channel. Happy 2020, happy new year. I hope that this year brings financial abundance, financial growth, financial breakthrough, financial chains being broken, financial habits being changed, just a good overall financial year. I hope that this year just gives you every single thing that your heart desires, and of course let us work towards those goals and let us work towards achieving them. And speaking of goals, I thought let's kick off 2020 by me sharing one of my personal finance goals this year, and that is to save 10,000 Rand or more this year. So I'll just be sharing with you guys how I'm going to save this, where I'm going to be getting the money to save this, and then I'll just share some 6 easy simple tips that you can follow if you have a similar goal, or you just want to save a bit more money this year overall, or you want to start off by saving and you have no idea where to start. So if you want to find out how I'm going to achieve this goal, it sounds quite big, quite massive, then of course keep on watching. So the first place that I'm going to be saving this goal, or how I'm going to achieve this 10,000 Rand or more savings goal, is I'm part of a money stokvel. So what happens is the money stokvel was started in August last year. There's 6 of us, and each month we take turns in receiving payment from the rest of the members. So I'm number 6, the last one, and I'm receiving a sum of 5,000 Rand this month. And then in May, I'm going to be number 4 because some people are leaving the stokvel and there's new members joining, so that pushes me up to a higher level, and I'll be now number 4, and I'll also be receiving about 5,000 Rand as well. We just haven't decided on how much the contributions are and all of that. Half of that of what I'm going to get now in January is going to go towards the savings of 2,500, and half of it is going to go towards saving debt. Now I know some people are going to be like, that's such a waste, why don't you just put this money in a savings account instead of being part of a money stokvel? Because the money stokvel, as you are contributing, you don't earn any interest unless the money is coming to you. Then you have a lump sum of money that you are able to put into the bank and start earning interest on. And the reason for this is because the money stokvel was basically started to help one of our colleagues who experienced lots of damage to her house during the floods, and they just needed to accumulate a large sum of money in a short space of time so they can start buying building material and start fixing their house and start like restarting and rebuilding their lives. So for me, this is not a way of like I'm trying to make money or whatever. It's just a way of me being more disciplined and increasing my savings. And because I'm going to be getting this lump sum ever so often throughout the year, I can do something quite substantial at the specific time. It's just to help each other out. It's not really I'm trying to make money or I'm trying to leverage and get profits and interest and all of that. No, it's just literally helping me be more disciplined, and of course help this colleague that was so much in need at that time when the stokvel was started. So that's the first way, and from the stokvel I'm looking at about saving 5,000 Rand or a bit more, depending on what percentage I want to save and what percentage I want to contribute towards debt. Then the second one is self-care and expenses matching. Now I mentioned this in my Instagram. If you don't follow me, my Instagram is going to be somewhere up here or somewhere down here. Follow me on Instagram because I do share a bit of my day-to-day life expenses and things that I do to save, to invest and all of that type of stuff. And what I started doing, it was last year in September, I saw an Instagram account sharing this, and what they do is they match whatever self-care expenses they have, they match that towards a savings. For example, if I do my nails this month for 250 Rand, I have to save an equivalent of 250 Rand. If I go shopping and I buy a new pair of shoes for 400 Rand, I need to save 400 Rand. This way I'm incentivizing myself, or I'm spending and self-caring on myself and indulging myself without feeling guilty that I'm spending that amount of money. So I'm matching my self-care to my with my savings, just to increase my savings and just to get into the habit of being more mindful of what I spend my money on. Is it important? Is it not important? And if that specific month I can't afford to save or match that amount towards my savings, then I can't afford to buy that item. For example, if I can't afford to save 500 Rand and self-care 500 Rand that month, which is 1,000 Rand, then unfortunately either have to cut back on a self-care item that's not really important, or I have to reduce something or not do it at all for that month. Just helps me to be a bit more disciplined in my budget, and I'll be doing an updated budget video for this year, so look out for that. Please do subscribe so you don't miss this video. And it's just a way of just incentivizing myself and just being committed and being a bit more aggressive in how I save and just adopting that saving mentality. And the third place is my side hustles. So I do quite a few things throughout the year, and my side hustles earn me, you know, they fluctuate, they're never the same. And this year I really want to go hard and be more committed and more consistent in my side hustles. And a portion of what I earn from my side hustles is going to go towards saving, and a portion is going to go towards debt, paying off my debt. I don't really have a lot of debt, but I want to use all of these different earning methods to obviously service my debt, and of course at the same time save. So yeah, side hustles, guys. Side hustles is very important, and it's a great way to earn extra income over and above what you're already earning, to pay off debt, to save, to put money into an emergency fund, or anything that is important that you need to do financially. So I'll be using my side hustles to obviously save and also service my debt. And then the last place where I'll be saving my money or finding money to obviously contribute towards this goal is my salary. I save about 6 to 7% of my salary towards savings, and this is because my salary is obviously the larger portion, or it's the bigger part of money that obviously pays for my expenses and everything else. So I'm trying to get myself to a point where I can save a comfortable 10% and pay off debt at a comfortable 10%. For now, I'm at about 6 to 7%, and that is where my salary is going to be helping me save towards this goal. So that's literally where I'll be getting the money to save towards this goal. And these are just really simple things that I'll be doing to save towards my 10,000 Rand or more goal. It will be more because of my side hustle, so I can earn a bit more, or I can earn less, or whatever. Like, that's a bit more variable, so depending on how I work and if I'm paid on time from clients and all of that stuff, I'll be able to save a bit more. And luckily for me, I have a job, so my salary looks after my living expenses, and all the extra income that I earn is going towards saving and paying off debt. So if you are someone who has a job, I would highly suggest to find a side hustle, find something else to do, make an extra income. I have an old side hustles video that I did last year that you can check out just to get some side hustle ideas. I will be posting a bit more side hustle ideas this year. I'm trying out different types of side hustles, and I'll be reviewing them as I go, and like reviewing and giving you guys my experience of them. But I highly suggest you have a side hustle just to help you towards saving and paying off debt, and just having that extra disposable income to do these things, right? If you have the same goal, you want to save a bit more money, and you just don't know what steps or things to follow and things to do, I will be giving you some 6 easy simple tips to get you started, and places where you can cut back a bit more money to open up money to save. The first one is to review your bills and expenses. Why you're reviewing your bills and expenses is basically in a form of a budget, guys. I can't stress enough how important a budget is. If you know what your expenses are and you know what you are paying, you can easily see areas where you need to cut back, and areas that are unnecessary, like unnecessary expenses, things that you are spending money on that is actually really not necessary. For example, I'll make an example. You've got fiber in your house, you're paying a subscription for Netflix, but you still have DSTV. One of them has to go, either the fiber and the Netflix, or the DSTV subscription. You can't have both at the same time because they form part of your entertainment costs. This is just one way. Another way is to cut back on eating out. I can't stress enough how much eating out actually accumulates at the end of the month, and you end up spending so much money at the end of the day. Cut back on that. Rather cook food from home, carry lunch to work, and this way will free up some money that you would have spent on eating out to obviously save. The third thing is to reduce entertainment costs from your budget, or have a fixed budget for them. So by having a fixed budget, you are saying you're spending 500 Rand a month on entertainment costs, you're not spending anything more, and that's your threshold. Or to reduce them. If you see that you go out quite often, you spend quite a lot of money on entertainment, cut back, reduce, choose maybe one event a month instead of going to all the events. So cut back, and obviously open up disposable income for you to save a bit more. Another thing is, the fourth one, is to find more ways to earn more income, which is what I mentioned earlier, side hustles. If you earn more, you have more available to you to save. Then another one is to automate your savings. What this means is either you make your savings a debit order, which I do, so it goes off automatically, and then I just add extra from what I've made and the percentages of things that I want to add. But a substantial 6 to 7% of my salary goes off as savings as a debit order. Another thing is, some banks allow you to save as you swipe your debit card. So I know FNB does this. If you are at a shop or shopping for groceries or whatever, a percentage of your total expense gets put into a savings. So that's just another way of you automating your savings and saving as you go or as you transact. Then the last and final thing is to try a spending fast. And what a spending fast is basically to look at your budget or look at your expenditure and decide what area of that are you going to not spend, and try to do this for a month. For example, I would do a spending fast on makeup because I love makeup products, I love buying new thing, and just not spend anything on makeup for that month. In that way, I'll be saving money that I would have spent on another month and I would have budgeted for, and now I'm getting that money back and into my savings pocket. So I hope these tips make sense to you, and I hope you guys will be able to implement this in your life. Please comment down below and let me know what your savings goal is for the year and how are you going to achieve these savings goals. I've broken down my different ways that I'll be achieving this goal and where I'll be getting the money, and I'd love to hear from you. Let's get saving. Let's really start adapting healthy and better financial habits in 2020. I'll catch you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, keep hustling, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.